Hello. Hi. Yes, I'm wearing my cute twink outfit with my femboy fucking socks so I can look cute for you guys while we do this cooking for you guys because I found a cool recipe that deals with paprika. I am gonna be very much heavily modifying it to be my own version. Um, and it's a dish from, oh God, don't ask me the country of origin, but it is a dish, and I'm gonna be making it my own version, adding dill. I'm gonna add potatoes. I'm gonna add some maybe sauteed cabbage, onions, and I know my friend doesn't like cabbage. Listen, I don't care what you don't like cabbage or not. You won't be tasting the cabbage like it is because it'd be sauteed. Anyway, let's get to it and get into the whole part of this episode. The first thing we want to do is actually get everything out, all the ingredients, and just checking poly socks. Hey, the best three there was. Hi, welcome. Um, I'm sure some of you guys are just gonna be staring at my tummy or my body instead of focusing on cooking video, and I'm okay with that. You know, I've accepted it. I'm like, Lyric. See, yeah, you're one of them. Lyric. You're gonna be just staring at me instead of focusing on my goddamn cooking. It's supposed to be about cooking, not staring at likey. So we got tomatoes. We are going to actually make this into a because these are actually, they don't have the skin on it, so we can actually boil it down to make it into paste. And I'm gonna make a honey garlic paste version of tomatoes paste with it, so that'll be pretty good. No, you're staring at my tummy and my lower part. Then we'll do onions, so we'll be sauteing this down. We'll add garlic. I didn't feel like doing a lot of chopping today, so I got pre-cut stuff. I'm not gonna add carrots to this because I know the other ingredient is carrots, and I'm just don't feel like adding it. Oh, I feel like my abs have gotten better. I'm not even flexing. I just noticed I have abs without flexing. Abs! Okay, I just want to point that out. So we want to do this in order. The tomatoes can take a little while. The sauteed onions can take it also a little while, and then we're gonna make our own paste, like base of the flavor. So we want to use I have actually some backup tomatoes. I'll just use as a basic paste. Part. And we are going to be using cabbage, some leftover cabbage. We're not going to add a lot, but we are going to shred the cabbage. And we are going to go ahead and add dill. Cut dill. We're going to go ahead and add peppers. Bell pepper, preferably something that's a little bit on the sweet side. Not too sweet, so I chose the red pepper. I don't like the green pepper, and the yellow pepper is a bit on the sweet side. So we do it like the mild sweetness. And then if you want to add a little bit of citrus to it, that comes from the tomatoes. And then we'll add a little bit of oil and butter to it, and we'll make a mixture with that. So I'm gonna get the butter out. I'm gonna go ahead and probably won't soften with that in that time frame. Actually, this would be a good recipe for a dumpling idea. I have an idea for dumplings. And then we have baby potatoes. So the bulk of this is gonna be potatoes. I love potatoes. I love cabbage. And I love dill. If you see that in all my recipes, most of my videos I do will have one of those three ingredients incorporated, or just all three. Borscht is a very, very hearty dish, and it's one of those dishes that's one of my favorites, and I actually enjoy making borscht. I just haven't done it because the prep-wise takes about 20 to 30 minutes just to prep and cook down beets, and unless you shave the beets. You could shave the beets, But then when you do the cooking process with the borscht type, you have to make sure you cook the beets within like 5 minutes. So about the same time you'd be putting in the garlic in the dish. So I'm gonna go ahead and get me. Okay, it didn't track me. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and get me my big pan out because we're gonna be making this all in one giant pan. Now you guys won't be able to see the pan part, but this is my favorite pan I use. And we are gonna go ahead and turn this on about 3 just to get the heat going up. And then we'll turn it up when we actually do the actual, oh my god, I hate the fucking animal. I'm putting all this fucking cat food. Just fuck cat food, man. Cat food is bugging me and it's making me stuck in my... Okay, focus on the video. Remote cooking, yeah, it makes everything easy. If you have the tech, use it, right? Use it. I'm gonna actually pan down this a bit. There we go. Just, no, oh, yep, still tracking me good. So first thing we want to do is actually we want to work on doing this first because this takes a while to saute. And then we'll go ahead and work on the onions after that, and then we'll do it in sequence that makes the most sense. I resharpened this knife, by the way, and I was worried about my knife sharpener, the horse would not work, but it still works. I haven't had any problems. Hey, happy birthday! How you doing? So, we are actually gonna go ahead and work on making the actual soup part of this, so the broth, and what I'm doing now, and I don't really want to do a lot with this, right? I really don't. So I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna get rid of the top part like that. Take that, cut the center part out, and you should be able to pull out easily. Experience, lots and lots of experience. A lot of experience. And then with this, you should just be able to go around and pull all the seeds out and it'll come out like that. Getting it right the first time though is not easy, so don't expect, if you're gonna be doing this, don't expect yourself to nail it the first time. There's different ways to do it, right? When we actually pull this apart, you can cut around this, and because you can feel the outer area, you can just cut around this area and just pull it out that way. But you can also do guesswork on the top and twist it, and then do it my method. My method is much more complicated, guesswork, and lots of luck. So, when we do the actual stew part, the liquid part, we want this to be on simmer mode. So we want to be sure when we actually do this part, we are going to do it on the simmer, the low heat, because we want this to slow cook. And this takes about 30 to 40 minutes, so we want this to go ahead and get going in a bit. For this part, we are just going to take the part of the cabbage that we don't need. We are going to shuck this entire thing in. You don't need to cut it. You don't need to mince it. You're just going to shuck it into the pot and let that heat up. So I'm going to turn this up to about 5. And then we are going to add salt to this. Lots of salt. And while we salt this, we can go ahead and start adding the paprika to it. This is going to be a paprika style soup. So just add lots of paprika. Now I'm letting the cabbage cook a little bit. And while it's very spicy right now, paprika is not actually on the spicy level area, technically speaking. So it's not. Oh, I'm glad you're doing good. I'm doing great. I'm happy. I'm glad it's your birthday. Really, really am. Happy birthday if you're into that. I know a lot of you guys are into the styles between cooking like this. So we're gonna add about quarter of onions. Now, I'm not adding any liquid in, primarily because I want this to get a little bit crispy and saute and cook down a bit before we add any liquid. And so, it's a little bit, it's gonna be my own version, right? I'm gonna modify this. We're gonna add the diced tomatoes in here, and this will allow us to actually start finding the flavors of the juice. No, we're not gonna add a lot, because the other part of tomatoes we're gonna use, the rest of this is gonna be mixed in with the other parts that we're gonna be using. And then what we can do with the dill, because we can't really necessarily use this part, is we cut this off, and we can have the stockings, which have flavors in them. So this will cook down a bit. And in about 5 minutes, we'll go ahead and add the water. And when we do the dill part, we are going to use this entire batch. So we don't waste the dill. So while we do that, I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands real quick. I'm going to add about 2 liters of water. I'm going to add 2 liters of water to this. Because we are going to add a lot of potatoes, and we're going to use the leftover cabbage for that stuff. So. Now, I'll show you guys in here so it looks like. Oops. Can you see that? Can you see that? So I'm just duking this down a bit. And then I'm going to add a little bit of oregano. Not much. So I'm going to get my, actually I'm going to add 2 cups. So, well, maybe like 4 cups. I'll do 3 of these. And because we are going to be reducing this, and when you make in a broth, you're going to be reducing the actual vegetable stocks in there. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad, Lyric. I'm glad you're doing good. And so we're just going to add a little bit at a time. And so once it starts boiling, we can add more water. So could you add all of it at once? Sure, but like, let me turn this up a bit. So there's one. I turned it up on high to speed up the process. And so I'm just gonna let that hit boiling point. And I'm doing this a little bit different from normal. So while we're waiting for that water to boil, right, we can go ahead and get our prep stuff done. So like the cabbage, the bell peppers, everything else that we want to actually get into here. I am gonna go ahead and work on mincing this up, dicing it, I guess. And so, there it says done. It's done. Because I want everything to be diced. That's gonna take a little while. And with that, there's 2. And because I'm only making this for about 3-4 servings, I don't want to do much. So when you've done lots of dicing, you get used to doing this, making it look nice and neat. You don't want to do it exactly this way, the way I'm doing it, but it's gonna help make cooking all this evenly. So when we get time to an actual cooking process, it will make it go much faster. And we want this to be about this similar size to what the onions are and the tomatoes are, because it just just, you know, again, uniformity, I guess. Is that the right word? Uniformity? Like I said, that's going to take about 30 minutes to reduce and get the flavors in, and it should turn out pretty well. And then we'll take out the liquid by sifting out the liquid and pouring it in another container. So, should be a unique vegan broth. It is vegan, by the way. This dish is not vegan. You can make this vegan if you want. They offer to do like a vegan sausage, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting take, but I'm gonna use steak. And yeah. Paprika takes time. Damn right. So this is done. Do another liquid. Now, what we could do is give this a clean bath. So we rinse out the water, put it in another pan, and then we rinse out that water, or rinse out the yucky stuff, and we would recycle the yucky stuff in here. There's a cool Japanese method when you're making clear soup, and it's primarily for when you're cooking meats, right? You're gonna be cleaning meats, and by letting it cook down, then taking out the water, putting new water in, and you're gonna be cleaning the meat out, basically making it clear. When you're making bone broth or something like that, you want it nice and clear and not dirty. So there's a method, and it's not like you can pre-wash the meat, right? You can't just be like rinse the meat, and you gotta boil it down, and actually let the stuff cook off the meat. So, and I was just like, I'm debating if I want to have that clean meat style. I mean, it would taste really good, but you have any idea how much chopping I've done in my life? It's crazy. It's fucking wild. It's actually relaxing. So one of my favorite things to do in my job is actually to chop. It's soothing, quite calming, and you can focus on just one thing, one item at a time. No rush. Obviously, as a restaurant, we have to rush. Yes, but that's why I get there early. So. I'm going to turn this on low, and we are going to do one more batch of water. So the reason I got into cooking and making foods my own was veganist, not me vegan, was because drama 2 years ago on my old channel, 2.5 now, and I needed to get away from that stuff where I would not have to respond to any of the allegations, and so I deleted it, and I was chatting with the person I was paying to help me with my channel growth. He helped me for 3 years, and he helped me make this cooking channel, a whole cooking vlog and everything. And I was like, great, I enjoy doing this. It's really relaxing cooking, and it's something that I've always kind of enjoyed experimenting with different flavor profiles, and I found out I'm pretty good at it, follow the recipe, modify the recipe to how you want to make it, and make it your own recipe. Steal others' ideas, but modify it to be a new concept. That's what I had. So, do that. Alright, so Now, if you wanted to, I would not do this actually. I'm gonna go ahead and add this in too. Add the onions in. So you gotta make sure when you are also like making stuff and combining ingredients that they make sense. Um, so do it wrong and it doesn't make sense, then like maybe something didn't work out. Now for potatoes, these are actually already been cleaned off and everything, so you don't have to wash these potatoes. I'm gonna cut these in fourths, right? Actually in eighths. I'm gonna cut them in eighths, so we can speed up the cooking process of everything. And we'll cook this down for about 10 minutes. And yeah. More tedious, but like I said, we've got time to kill. And that's all that matters. Killing time here. Hey Amy, welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm gonna turn this up to about 5. Now, this is what we want. Nice clear soup. So it's gonna be something along, I don't know if you guys can see this, but we have a clear, darkish brown broth. That's complete vegetarian stock. Vegan stock. Now you can mix whatever the hell you want when it comes to making it. You can add your own variation of maybe, if you want to add ginger, if you want to add whatever other flavors you want to enhance it. It's also brown because of the amount of paprika I've added to this, so keep in mind the color will change depending on the seasoning, not necessarily the actual food ingredients you add. So relaxing, so relaxing. I could cut faster, but like, yeah. I'm gonna take these off. So I'm thinking I want to work on a video for tomorrow, right? And then have another stream tomorrow. And so I'm doing a lot of content. My computer works. I want to install the new fan, but I gotta take out the actual like hard drives. And I don't use the hard drives. I don't. I have literally 1.5 terabytes in storage, and I'm gonna like probably next year work on a NAS solution for my storage devices and get that into work, and make that my new offline storage backup so I can do whatever I want with it. And I can offload my videos, and there's those Windows settings that you can have auto backup, and it will reset your backup and update it every X amount of days, or you can move all those files into there and duplicate that. So when you do that, I haven't decided. Hi John, welcome to the stream. So it's been a while since I've seen you, John. So we are gonna add all these. It's gonna be a very much heavy potato dish. Like I said, making the broth takes the longest. Once we've done the broth, cooking, sauteing will take the next longest. And we can even add the shredded cabbage, right? We can go ahead and work on sauteing the cabbage. And I'm gonna do another bowl for this. Just like I can. I've got bowls to spare. So I'm gonna put the potatoes in here. Lots and lots of bowls to spare. Keep in mind, whenever you're doing dishes Any dish, I don't care what it is. Unless you're making salads, order doesn't matter in how you prep stuff, cook stuff down, reduce it, and yeah. Now, when I do the shredded cabbage part, we are going to want this to be super thinly sliced. Just don't cut yourself, because this is a bit different in making this process. Have one finger support a knife and move your other 3 fingers away. I don't use my pinky when I'm cutting because like my pinky is the least strongest part, and so I tend to do claw grasp with anything I cut. So, and then one finger's up forward and the other 3 are behind it. It's easier to control that way, especially for long objects. Claw grip is actually the way that you're supposed to be cutting anyway. Your pinky is useless in cutting, so. Oh, your friend posted a video. Nice. What video? So we can go ahead and get started with some of this. And fine chop some of these down a bit. Bit by bit, we'll have a nice layer of shredded cabbage. Keep finding coleslaw. Maybe not to that point, but I mean I could, right? If I go a bit slower, and I can make straight. Like coleslaw cabbage, not too difficult. So all of this should cook around the same time-ish. Now we want it to brown. The benefit of actually making it in the stew afterwards, actually making wool in it, is you cannot brown it. You cannot make it, you can't saute it anymore. And so once you've done it, you've done it. So we made a mixture of what we wanted here. So we can go ahead and get all this on the pan. We are gonna go ahead and work on the steak first because actually no, I'll do steak last. No, I'll do the steak first. Trying to debate what I should do first. Oh, okay. And I'm gonna have this on max heat because I really, really want the steak to be seared. So I'm going to do this in small batches. If we do it in large batches, we'll potentially overdo it. So we are not going to use any oil, anything. We're just going to, actually no, we'll go ahead and use local oil. We don't need to salt the steak. But we'll go ahead and cover this. We don't want this to be overdressed. So we can wipe the excess oil off. That's a bit too much. So, and let this fully heat up. And once that's heated up, we'll go ahead and work on doing the steak. It's just 12-minute video. I'll look at it after the stream. So, and then we'll get a new pan, and then we'll cook the steak again once it's seared. You're always better to do it in small batches. Right? Always small batches. You want this to be all cooked evenly. Let me do it again. That's too small. Oh, I couldn't do it. It's bigger. No, it's the same fucking size. It's fine. So, give it about 2-3 minutes. We're going to flip this. And then we'll put this a bit in the raw and the soup part. You can do it. Do it. Do it. I need to break this up. See if I can know this right. Yeah, let's go! Let's go! I'm going to turn this off completely. Let that cool down, and then we'll put it into. So this is the good time to actually put this in a separate container and start actually doing it all. So, alright. We are going to go ahead and take this. Hopefully this fits. It does. So we can just put this in here, sift it, and get it into the liquid in here. So don't burn yourself. But just be mindful of everything that you do. So I'm gonna go ahead and cool this down and get rid of the nasty stuff in here. That is clean. And then we can continue with this process and have a nice clear broth. That's how I've done this before. This is what we want. So I'm just going to show you a bit. Right. Oops. So that's kind of what we want this broth to be, nice and clean. And so that color right there is what we're looking for. That is perfect. We're going to put this back in. We are going to put the steak in a little bit. And we are going to go ahead and set this on low. Like super, super low. Point where it's not really boiling. And so I'm gonna get back to the camera AI part here. All right. Oh God, messed up. All right. Stop. Yep. Okay, stop. Okay. So. Oh. All right. Oh, the camera is broken. That's okay. You guys can just follow me. Hey Robert, welcome to the stream. How you doing? So I'm just gonna take this. And as soon as the steam stops steaming, because this is a bit too much, then we'll go ahead and continue on with this. So. We want this to be on low, about 3 or 4 is ideally what we want this. So, good morning, money, good money. What's the good money about? What's that about? So this is perfect. You can see it's a little bit on that side, not fully cooked. So. Swap it to like a single heater pad element that may help out. Cooktop hot! Cooktop hot! Whoops. Fast. Alright, so. Yep. Follow me. Oh, no. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's not following. Oh wow, this thing is like, oh, there you go. Now it's following me. Good grief, the AI is like buggy as fuck. Alright, so what you're gonna do now is put the first steak batch in. And let's see if we're gonna do that later. Put it in a separate container. Lots of containers, lots of containers. Don't question Mikey. What I'm doing slightly. I've never made this before, so I don't really know what I'm doing. But hey, pretend I know what I'm doing. Pretend I have years of experience with this. Just pretend. Right? Just pretend. Cheese! Hi, Electro! What are we talking about cheese? Oil. A little bit of oil. Where's my oil? I lost it. Very little oil. Not much. Prevent something from sticking. Still waiting for this to cool down. Oh, still waiting for this to cool down. It's getting there. So I'm gonna do this in 2 batches because the first batch I felt like it was too much, so I'm gonna cut this down in half and make this in 2 separate batches. And I'll cook the other off later. So that's what we'll do. Now, when we do the sauteing part of the onions, the other stuff, we want that to be on medium to low heat. And the reason is when we add the garlic part, the garlic will go within about 1 minute of being done completely. Any longer than that, you'll fuck up the garlic. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm pretty compulsive about washing hands in general. So. Or at least I'm talking about cheese because I like cheese. I have the cheese kind of cheese that melts in your mouth when you eat. Oh, nice. There's a few cheeses that do that. Goat cheese, feta cheese can do that, and yeah, let's be fine. Those are nice when they melt in your mouth, though. Really, really nice. Let me take this out of the trash, and I'll do that. I'm back. All cheese yummy. Yeah, all most cheeses are yummy. There's some cheeses I don't like. I don't like blue cheese. Blue cheese is disgusting. So now this is still a bit undercooked in the middle. That's what we want. Now this is perfect. This is kind of this amount of steam is fine. It's perfect. Not too crazy. It's not going faster as it used to. So we can go ahead and take this off. Add this to this and cook the rest off in the batches here. So yeah. I'll do that and go throw it away. And then if we really wanted to pump up the level of uniqueness, we could add a bit of tomato in here, burn the tomato and add it to the steak while it's cooking. And that would give the steak a really cool flavor. So it can be on the tar salad side. And so, umami flavor, I guess you would call it. What about cheesesteak is really yummy. It is. Cheesesteak is one of my favorites. So. One of my favorites, cheesecake. And I want to do all this in one batch so we cook everything evenly. So I actually had cheesecake with my friends like a while ago. And so alright, we're done with this. Here's a bit on the raw side. Again, that's what we want. I'm going to turn this off completely. We are going to let this cool down a bit. And we are going to get another pan. And while that cools down, we can go ahead and add the steak into here. So, another pan. Just use that pan, it's fine. Cleaning this one is enough. Actually, the smart thing would be like, just realized, send it this way. We'll get the big pan. I want to do with that. Cooking thing. Cook everything backwards. Because, like, why not, right? Be faster instead of doing it individually. Now, bear this in mind when we do this. At least I have a few burners I can use. I rotate my stuff here. Now for this, we are going to add paprika to this. While we already add paprika to the original dishes, this is going to enhance the individual flavor of the vegetables that we add. Y'all didn't see that. Wait, no! No one saw that. Wait! Don't look! Oh god, did my camera die? Oh no, it died. Ah! My thing died! No! I gotta fix this. It died. Eh! Ha! No one looks. Alright, put this back on. Alright, is it good? Are we good? Alright, we're back to normal. Alright. Hi, let's try that again. We're like 45 minutes in, and I doubt anyone's gonna look at this good part. Nothing happened, you know? We good. And we are gonna do this on low heat. Alright. Low heat. Oh, just had a friend update. Perfect. Okay, this is no longer boiling. You guys can barely see the steam on this. It's kind of what we want. Perfect. So I'm just gonna position this a bit over. A little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and now angle the fire. Oh. That's fine. We'll just leave it there. So paprika in. I'm actually gonna stop this real quick because oops. Add paprika. Lots and lots of paprika. Paprika. This is a paprika dish anyway, so adding paprika is not gonna cause issues. So while that does that, we're gonna go ahead and add salt to this. Yeah, we're only using a few seasonings for this, not much. And then we're gonna go ahead and get this in here, and we are gonna go ahead and start with everything. Oops. I'm messing up. Oh look, stop staring at me mess ups. And this a pop. God damn it. I'm actually gonna go ahead and put this on here. And we're just gonna use it as is. So we're gonna let that reduce. This is gonna go down quite a bit. All this. I'm gonna go ahead and add the butter. Not much, but about like like a fifth, sixth of butter. So we're gonna put that in the middle. Let that cook down. And then we'll add oil so the butter doesn't burn. Yeah, not much. Cover all that up in the butter. Let that cook. Did this one? Okay. And we'll add it, put it on like before. I'm gonna wipe some of the stuff down. Clean it as I go. Don't make people pissed off, because I don't need people to be pissed off. Hold on, I'm responding to my friend. Oops. Okay. So let that burn down. Bapping Robert while making angry noises. It better be fox noises. Better be fox noises. So yeah. Um, This is perfect. This is what we want. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. This is gonna take about 15 minutes to reduce. I'm gonna go ahead and put a top on this, and then once we go that, we can actually cook the garlic separately, right? Completely separately. While we're actually doing this, we can actually go ahead and add the tomatoes later. Actually, we'll go ahead and make the tomato now. So I'm just going to get that tomato over with. And yeah, get that going. So cooking the tomatoes, getting this out of the way. And we're going to make a tomato paste. Might not be able to do it this way, but we'll see. We'll add honey to it. A bit of honey. Oop, come on. Oh, honey. Honey. Honey? Honey? Dude, this stick is not helping. Good idea in theory, but it's not helping. It's a very thick piece of honey. I'm gonna melt it. I'm gonna melt this. There you go. You don't need much. Just enough to get us through. Make it work. You really, really don't need much honey. And the reason for you're going to be doing. Hey, I'm busy right now. Go fuck off. They're really wanting me to pay them back. I'm like, no, I'm good. I got this insurance, right? And like, they were like, oh, raspberries are yummy, nice. And I was like, okay, so I have this glaucoma potentially, so I'm gonna probably end up going blind. And so, yeah, I just stopped the healthcare plan. I was like, fuck you guys. I was like $800 bill that I got billed for. And on top of that, I was paying them $300 a month. And I was like, okay, so no coverage for something that is gonna affect my life forever. Granted, if I end up living to be in my 50s or 60s, that would be a miracle, but I don't. I just whole separate topic. Let's not get doom gloomy about it, because I will. So okay, this is where we stopped at this point. So what we want to do is add a little bit of garlic. Just a little bit. Add a bit of oregano. Now this is a recipe that I found out like a year ago, right? And we are going to reduce this. And what we can do is actually sift out the liquid and keep on reducing it until it's a thick paste. It works really, really well, by the way. So. This is going to take about the same time to actually like saute and reduce all this. And so dry ingredients. So it should turn out pretty well. This is going to be a really good mixture. I've never actually done this specific recipe before, but I've done stuff that was similar to this idea concept. Never really acted on it. And like, interesting. Now, because this can be reduced down quite a bit, can outlive us all. I just don't have any goals like that. You know, that's not a thing to talk about. Listen, I'm supposed to be positive. I'm supposed to be furry. I'm supposed to, you know, do the content and being positive. So that's what I do. But yeah, this mixture with the cabbage, the onions, and the peppers, I haven't done before. There's a name for it. I know there's French cuisine style, and then there's an American cuisine style that does this, a different version of this. So, and yeah, but keep myself busy, productive, and I focus on things, people, and events in my life that I think that makes me happy. And so I was in fact making Angry Fox. Oh, nice! Oh, good job! Good job, my Electro. Proud of you. So I've got all these burners. You gotta keep mixing this up. You do. Now you can go ahead and stop mixing this up for a little bit. Let this brown up a bit. And see where that goes from there. So I actually made this dish for a tomato sauce for Lyric actually a few days ago. And I was like, yeah, you reduce the tomatoes, you evaporate the liquid 100%, and you'll get a tomato paste. That's how tomato pastes work. It just takes time. It's quite easy to do. Just people are like, how do you make tomato paste? Where you reduce it down just like you reduce alcohol and wine to the point where there's no liquid left, because if you don't cook alcohol down, you'll still actually taste the alcohol, and then you fucked up the dish. So, whole purpose behind this is to like do this in a way that's gonna like make it thick. We're trying to thicken it up. Now you can add a thickening agent like cornstarch, corn flour, or baking soda, and baking powder. Not baking soda, don't do baking soda, baking powder. But those are all thickening agents that would work up to thicken the tomato paste. Or you can even add a bit of the egg yolk, not the egg whites, but the egg yolk. Blend that in, and for about 5 minutes in the blender, it'll thicken it up, and it'll make it more of a thickening agent. I wouldn't necessarily use an egg yolk, but I would use like powder stuff that I mentioned. The egg yolk for the thickening agent is actually meant for like bacon, when you're like making baking goods, like cakes or stuff, and that is good for thickening up pastries like bread or a croissant, or if you want to thicken something up. Or like if I were to do it for my debunnery, I could use an egg yolk for that and use it as a bacon additive. So, like I said, this will be reduced down quite a bit. Then squish it down. Keep squishing it down. It's a bit interesting how we do tomato paste, but you'll know that there won't be any like moisture left when you've done it right. And it's loosener. Easy to squish. So now what we'll can go ahead and do this is add it to the main dish and let it cook for another few minutes. Mix this up. Ow! I hurt myself. I have to clean this. I gotta clean it. Oh no! Okay. Should be better. Ah, that's what I did last time. So. Now, for the garlic part, we will go ahead and ice garlic this. Would I like some of your cake? Yes! Doesn't mind because I'm basically got nothing good to eat. There's a Spanish dish that is mixing this with tomatoes, eggs, and I added dill to it, and it was like a essentially you know those I'm trying to remember the name. I have a brain fart. I'll think of it. Casserole. It was a casserole dish, but a Spanish style. Really, really good. One of my favorites. And you make a tomato sauce, lay it out, add something else to it. Put the eggs on top, put the top on top, and then you'll make the egg actually puffy a bit. And so there'll be dippy eggs on top of it, and it's really, really good. So. Now, we're going to do the garlic separately, but we are going to go ahead and add this into it. This should end up being pretty good, right? And the garlic will just be cooked separately. Experience! Like I said, very much modifying this dish to my own way. This would be a good time at this point to add the dill in to the dish. And let that, we're essentially soaking the dill at this point. There's not really much like we're doing with the this. So we're just gonna let this soak in, and like I said, my own version of soup. Got a little bit of Ukrainian style into it, and it should be pretty good actually. It's gonna be very, very good. Not pretty, it's gonna be very, very good. So I'm excited about this dish. Everyone made it before. I'm excited. Now for the garlic part, we don't want to do a lot, right? We don't want to do a lot of garlic, but we want to do enough that like it has an impact. So that's about all we want garlic-wise. It's about that amount. I know it seems may not be a lot, but because we've already added a lot of other flavors to it, we don't really want to push this any further than we have to with the flavoring. We got dill, we got butter, we got sauteed onions, we got everything is mixed in. And we still want to taste the paprika. You can't taste the paprika, you've messed up somewhere. So keep that in mind. The whole point of this dish is to be paprika flavor. Very much strong in that area. Hey Iron P, welcome to the stream. Candy corn. Candy corn. Now keep in mind, this will only take about a minute. So you can do this really, really quickly. And then it will turn out really, really yummy. I'm excited. I'm excited about this. Never haven't done this before. Really, really excited. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up. And start the dishwasher here. Because why not? Why not? I need coffee. I do. I need coffee. These are not minced, by the way, so these are diced. Does this say minced or diced? It's diced. At least they got right. So these won't. They just take a little bit longer. Always use butter. And then you can add a little bit of salt to it. And that's it. About 1 turn salt is what I do. I want you to react to my pup countdown video. Not today. Hi, Amy. So the steak, by the way, I'm gonna just turn this off, completely off. This is done, and all we're doing is this is easy to touch because we're not necessarily like cooking anything at this point. We are letting it simmer. Not down here is hot, but up here is you can touch it fine. So all we're doing is just letting the flavors sit in the soup and actually compound the flavors. So you'll start slowly seeing the garlic turning brown. Once you do that, take it off and then go and put it in here. And again, let this sit in for about 10 minutes and you'll notice a little bit change in flavor. So again, we don't want to overpower the paprika. This is why I added a lot of paprika. Give me gummy bears! Gummy bears are yummy! So, really, really don't want to do this. I like looking at garlic when it pops up because it's like skating on ice and got the hydrophobic water effect with garlic because it's so light. And so, yeah. It's just pretty. You should have a time thing for your YouTubers so people can know when you be live. I did, but like, I'm okay with what what I'm going on right now. But you're right, everything should be time card. So I have another live stream tomorrow, and that's all preset, so everyone knows 24 hours. And the best way to do it is actually let people know a day, 2 days in advance, so people have time to be like, oh, he's going live. That's realistically the best thing to do. So, wow, this is cooking down. Everyone just stare at my cute body. My little tail. I act okay. Look! Look! Look at my wiggle! Look at my goddamn wiggle. If you can't enjoy the wiggly, oh shit, I gotta do the potatoes. Just realized, gotta add the potatoes. Okay, I'm gonna turn it back on. And we're gonna turn it back up. I don't know, well, I should have done the potatoes separately, but it's fine. So this is what we want. A little bit browning. Starting to crisp up with the garlic. So I have to show. I have a show to put on tomorrow. Oh, nice. What's the show gonna be about? What's my favorite kind of candy? Ooh. I like Gushers. Gushers are one of my favorites. This is white. So we can go ahead and add the garlic. And then we're done with that. Done with that. Again, not much garlic. So we're going to turn this up a bit. And we are going to let this cook down. Okay. For about 8 minutes. Why 8 minutes? Don't ask me. That's just what I feel like. I just feel that way, you know? I do. I feel like we should cook this down to 8 minutes, because that's what Likey wants. Actually, no, I want the potatoes to be a little bit soft. And so they'll soften up over time. Yeah, I did an 1/8 of the dice, so they would cook really, really quick. But we can have a taste of the steak. Because I want to taste this. Much tender. That work. Oh, you had to take a work call so you didn't hear. Oh no. I'd add a little more paprika to it. More paprika. It needs more. So what I'm gonna do, let's crank this on max real quick. There goes that. We just got this for. Damn, bro. I just got this for done today. I know, a month ago. A few weeks ago! Alright. And then I'm gonna put a top on it. And I'll take it off in about 10 minutes. Why? Why not 8? 10 minutes. This is not the top right. This is not the right top. I gotta get the right top right. But I'm playing around tops. I got it. So there you go. Just want to let. Oh, that's just the coochie. Wiggles. Well, this Thursday will be 2 years since my father. Oh, nice. Nice little celebration. Always good to have a little, memories and celebrations for your past family and past events. I'm sorry about your father dying. So, I'm not really into like celebrating the lost ones in my life. I'm just not one of those people. So, just, I don't like to celebrate. I like to try and move on. Continue living my life. And, except for some minutes. Some minutes are easier to move on from. Oh yeah, back to tailwheels. Now that we're done, you guys are gonna see me do more push-ups in my underwear. Guys, so someone was like, I see you do push-ups in your underwear. I'm like, okie dokie. Everyone just stare while I do my push-ups. No, I'm not good. God damn it. I'll do push-ups this way. You just stare at my butt. Everyone, wait, is this a good pose? I'll do about 30 push-ups. Wait, hold up. I also have very cute underwear on. Like, look. Look at it. It's wolves. Isn't it cute? They did my other person underwear. I like them. They're very comfy. They're very comfy underwear. Get back to the push-ups. Okay. Okay. What's 15 plus? I did 40. I'm done. I saw this bear fur giving belly rubs to 8 furries. Oh, that's so cute and wholesome. Oh, I love that. And that's why I'm strong. Because I do push-ups. And people are like, how you buff? But eat fucking right. Just do push-ups. That's it. You may never get a 6-pack, but it does good. It works. It does. You get very big muscles. Also, my biceps have grown. Like, oh. My arms have grown big time, and I'm finally noticing it. And so, yeah. But it's tiring. It's very tiring. Very, very tiring. I've been live for listen, I show my body because I'm allowed to, because I'm cute. And so, the only reason I do that on my YouTube channel, right? The only reason I do that on my goddamn YouTube channel is to get views, to get likes, to get recognition. and to grow. If anything at all. It does work. It does. If you're cute, take advantage. Take advantage of YouTube and what, you know, it likes. And use it. Be a fucking slut on YouTube once in a while. That's not a bad thing. Just make sure it's PG-13. I did a bath stream in my bathing suit. It was pretty fun. So YouTube allows underwear stream, you know, they do. So take advantage. Be a slut, be a pup. Do the wiggle, the wiggly, wiggly, waggly, boo. I would love to. Go for it, John. Go for it. Oh my god. I don't need a thickening agent. I actually don't want the agent. Oh my god, shut up. Shut up with that. I know what you're talking about. That's protein, and protein doesn't actually thicken up stuff. Okay, this should be done. I'm gonna stab the potato to see if it's done with my very thingamajig. Wait, look how long this is. Look how pokey this is. I'm gonna stab the potato. Let me see if it's ready. It should be. Oh shit! Can't see shit. Ew! It's shrunk. Oh my god. This is. I can't grab it. Help. Oh, why? Why? Oh my god. Listen. All the gay people out there, we're allowed to do gay shit. I know some of you guys may not like it, but I like it because I'm likable. Okay, now I need to get a container. Go to my friend's place. Be like, yeah. Oh! Okay, it's right. My container. I'm gonna let this cool off. Oh shit, there's water in here. Oh god. How do you, like... Oh shit. You can take this apart. Okay, there's no more. Oh wow. Okay, I did it. Dude, no one told me about this shit. What the fuck? Holy crap. Okay, I'm putting this back together. This is not stagnant, at least. We're good on that part. Oh, this is. Oh, that's cool. All right, that's pretty cool. Cool. That just like. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Brilliant. I'll do this. Figure it out. Oh. I don't want to burn myself. Oh no! Oh! me a minute. Wait. Everyone just stare at my tail for a second. Stare at it while I do this. Look at the cuteness. I did it. Everyone stare at my crotch now. I command you to stare at my crotch. Alright. I did it. Some people are just enjoying this. I know. Alright, I'm gonna end this. And I'm gonna see if Larry wants to come over so I can give it to him. Because transporting this would be bad. So. Oh no! Larry, come over so I can give you the dish. I know you're sick, but like, come over. I don't care if you're sick. Man up. Stop being a wuss. Toughen up. Grow bigger balls. Okay, thank you. I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please hit the like, subscribe, share this with your friends, family, and everyone that loves gay twinks and slutty twinks. And no, don't, not on stream. You just like, you know, drive. Not that. Good God. Bye all.